Welcome to the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. Hey, everybody, how are you doing, chat family? It's so good to be back for another podcast. Of course, if you have not subscribed to the Marlene Saunders Show, subscribe, share this video out. Got channel goals we're trying to reach over here. I'm hoping before the end of 2024 we can hit that 1K. If before then, that's awesome. And I do appreciate those who support me on this channel. I appreciate everybody, all of you, chat family. I really do. Um, Today I wanted to come in and talk about this right here. The ones you trust hurt you the most. And that's something real. It's really real. The ones you trust. And let me just say that trust is not something that just comes about. You just don't trust everybody. So a lot of times the reason why that why it hurts you so much is because you've been through something together and this person has deceived you in some sort of way, some type of way. They've deceived you, hurt you, done something to you, done something malicious, and yeah, and you can't go back. But many of the times when we get hurt like this, we have people who we trust so much. And I do this podcast because I want to spread that awareness. We tend to trust people so much with things that we honestly should not. Like, there's certain things we should not trust people with. Our personal banking information, you know, maybe keys to your house, private information about you. We really need to be careful about the things that we entrust to other people. There's certain things that we need to keep close to our heart. There's certain things you need to keep to yourself, or something that you just keep between you and your higher power. And I mean that. You really do have to keep some things to yourself. And if you don't, you're going to wind up disappointed. You're going to wind up hurt. You're going to wind up sad. You're going to wind up disappointed, following behind people, feeling like you can trust them. And you really can't. Hey, Alvin, how are you doing? Welcome. We really can't trust everybody. And I hate to say it like that, but we really can't. We try our best to be nice to people, try to be supportive to other people, and then it comes and it slaps us in the face, or it bites us in the rear end. You know, you let down your guard, you you do things that maybe you never would have done before. It's just because you have that level of trust in somebody, and then when somebody does something to you, it's awful. I'm glad you're good, Alvin. Thank you so much for being here. If you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. I really, on this app, in real life, I'm just not that type of person. If I don't vibe well with somebody, if I don't get along with somebody, if I don't like them, I'm not going to be in their face smiling with them. But, some people are just two-faced. They're just two-faced, they're evil, they're conniving, they're everything. Some people are just plain evil from the inside. They're just evil, and have to work on not trusting people so easily. I can kind of understand how my mother was the way that she was. She always says that, you know, my mother always started off she's not trusting anybody. She always told me that. She says, after someone has put in some of the work to prove that they can be trusted, then I'll trust them. But you can't start off by trusting everyone. And I used to think that that was weird. I thought that was strange for my mom to say that. But as the older that I'm getting and the more things that I go through, I think I'm gonna start doing that. I'm start gonna start enacting that, like, you know, don't say anything, but always be suspicious of everyone. And I know that doesn't sound good, but that's at the point where I am right now in my life that I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody because let me just say that person who will smile in your face, they smile in your face with everybody. And behind your back, what do? They talk about you, they laugh at you, they spread lies about you, they try to get people to turn against you. Mm-mm. That's not good for you. That's not good for anybody. And we deserve so much better than that. But like the saying goes, what goes around comes around. And so you just don't trust everybody without a track record. You really don't. Don't trust everyone without a track record that they can be trusted. Everyone cannot be trusted. Hey Matthew, how you doing? Welcome. Everyone cannot be trusted. Mhm. Yeah. There has to be a track record that they've proven they put in the work, that they've been there, the good times, the bad times. And I hear people, in speaking about trust and friendships and those things, people say things out of their mouth so easily. That's my friend. That's this person. That's that person. And you don't really even know somebody. You don't even know the person really. You know what they tell you. You only know what they put out there, but it's not until after a certain period of time where you actually find out who somebody really is. You really find out who people are, what they're made of when you go through something. When you go through a really hard period of time in your life, or whatever, or other people have turned their back on you, or something like that, and you look around, those are the people that you need to keep around. Those are the people you need to be supportive of them, thankful for, because it's in your hardest times, it's in your darkest hours, it's in your saddest moments, it's when you have the most disappointed, when you feel down, when you feel discouraged. This is when you find out who your real team is, who are the people who are really loyal to you. It's easy to be loyal to somebody when things are going good. It's easy to be supportive of somebody when times are good. But you really find out who are your real die hard, rock with you, ride with you when you're down, when the chips are against you, when you're just getting your feet off the ground with whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, especially if you are at a phase in your life where you're starting again with something, starting again with the business, starting with moving, starting a new job, starting a family, you just got into a new relationship, whatever it is, you're just starting again. So don't go into relationships just easily trusting everyone. You got to make sure that this person has a record and they've proven that you can trust them. And I can say very, very, it's hard for me to be that way. I'm just not a person that wants to see something, but when we see something in somebody that's not right, something that's not consistent with what they've said or how they usually are, you see them act differently, you see somebody acting shady, doing something wrong, something like that. You have to pay attention to those things. My My dear friend used to always say, if somebody talks about somebody else, it's just a matter of time before they're going to talk about you. It's just a matter of time. It doesn't take long to find out. And I always say the person who gossips about somebody else, they definitely are going to gossip about you. It's always the ones that you trust the most that hurt you the most. I don't know why that is. And I think it's because it's the ones that you never suspect. It's the ones that you never suspect. It could be somebody you said, that's your ride or die. That's your best friend. That's your um, closest ally. That's your, biggest supporter, your whatever, your closest relative, or so you think. It's usually the ones that we never suspect are the ones that will be cutthroat, that will stab you in the back, that will try to break you down, that will try to destroy you, that will try to get everybody against you. You'll never suspect it's them. And it's always the ones that you have right in your face. It's not the ones that you have to really pay attention or try to hard to find out where they are. The people who will stab you in the back are the ones right in front of you. Pay attention to everybody around you. Pay attention. It's somebody in that circle of a few people that would do something whenever they get the moment. Sometimes all people are doing is waiting for an opportunity to stab you in the back. They're just waiting for the right opportunity to do something that will hurt you. They're waiting for the right opportunity to share and spread your business, something that you have told them in private. They are waiting for the opportunity. They really are. Hey, James, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. How are you doing? It's always the ones that you never suspect, right? It's always them. It's always them that you never suspect. Hmm. It's always that friend. It's always that coworker. It's never somebody that you think who would do it to you, but they do. I'm doing awesome. I'm glad you're doing good as well. Thank you. It's never the ones that you suspect. And that hurts. It hurts a lot. It can hurt you deep down in your heart for someone that could do something like that to you, that can hurt you so deeply. And I'm going to talk about some of those people. A lot of times the ones that you trust hurt you the most. Unfortunately, sometimes it's jealousy. And jealousy is something that I never have been able to understand, because I'm not a jealous person. I don't get jealous of the things that other people have, the way that other people talk. The only thing that I am always wanting and desiring is to be a better me. That's the only thing I have ever wanted in my life, is to just be working on me, being a better version of myself, loving myself and doing what I can do to the best of my ability. And sometimes, unfortunately, the people that we trust, the people that we're close to, without warning, they will do something. Well, I can't say without warning, because there are a lot of warnings. There are a lot of red flags, right? Yeah. Thank you, James. There are a lot of warnings, right? There's a lot of red flags. We see things that people will do to us. We see how they're walking. We see how they're acting shady. They're doing slick things, doing things to other people. We see the red flags, the signs, the warnings, all the bells are going off. but we choose to ignore it. We choose to ignore the things because we don't want to admit it to ourselves. We see it, we know it, but we ignore it, right? I can say that 100%. I see some red flags sometimes, but when it's somebody that we really care about, somebody that we really love, we fool ourselves. You're not changing the situation. We know it's what it is, but we don't want to believe it ourselves. And a lot of times, the people that we really trust the most, they could be jealous of you. And that's crazy to me. That's really crazy to me that somebody you trust could be jealous of you, because I'm not a jealous type of person, but it happens all the time. People can be jealous of you for reasons that just don't make any sense. People could be jealous of the way you look, things that you have, the people you have around, that you have support, maybe your intelligence, your talent. I don't understand it. Hi, Malini. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I think this is your first time in the chat. If it is, welcome. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you're doing okay. Welcome into the chat family. I definitely feel like that's something that is crazy to me. I never have understood people who are jealous of other people, especially when you don't know what it takes for that person to be going through something. I think everybody has their own individual problems. Every single person has their own individual problems. And then somebody just has the nerve to be jealous of what somebody has or is going on. But like I always say, I'm all right. It is my first time. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you coming through and being here. Welcome aboard. Yeah, it's people who you never suspect are jealous of you, and I never understood things like that. Like the people that would be jealous of you. To me, it is something that doesn't even come to my mind. Your own relatives, it could be your siblings, and this is another thing that's crazy when I've heard it. People have they're jealous of their own children, like a father or a mother jealous of their own child. Mm, I don't understand that. I don't understand, how can you be jealous of your own child? Maybe jealous of their opportunities. I don't know, of their talents, of the life that they have now. Like I said, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand those who are jealous. It just doesn't not make any sense to me. But here's something that I feel is very weird, very strange, very creepy. The ones that you trust hurt you the most. You know, one thing that my mama used to always say. I find I'm saying that more and more the older that I'm getting. But my mama always used to say, "Don't let another person of your same sex be around your romantic interest." Okay? Don't let anybody, like, don't leave your girlfriends, don't leave your sibling, don't leave your friends, don't leave them around your spouse, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend. Not that it's them, but you don't know how somebody really is. You don't know the heart condition of people. You don't know the mental. Some people, let me say this, some people are not all together there. They're not all together in the head. Some people are messed up in the head. They got some issues up there that you may not know about, or maybe you may know a little, but you don't know to the full extent. And also, you don't know a person's heart condition. Some people are actually that evil and that wicked that they conspire, that they plan to try to take you away from the person that you care about, the person that you love, the person you're married to, the person that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Be careful. Be careful. My mama always said that don't leave your person, your love interest with and say, oh, it's cool. They can sit here with my sister. It's cool. You can sit here with my best friend. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know about that one, y'all. We got to be careful about uh, how we how we just allow certain individuals to be in our life thinking that they would never do something, and those are the main ones. Those are the main ones that hurt us. They hurt us the most by what they say, by what they do, and they prove by their actions that they can't be trusted. And I have to say this, that a lot of times when we have people that we trust the most and they hurt us the most, people warn us. It's not that we don't haven't heard things that people have said, but we think sometimes, now come on, let's be honest, chat family. Let's be 100% honest. The people that we are with, whether a romantic relationship, a friend, whatever it is, people warn us about them, right? They'll say that's not a good person, or they'll say there's something about them I just don't know, I just don't trust them, it's something weird, it's something wrong, it's something off about them. And you just say, well, they haven't done anything to me. Hmm. We have to stop doing things like that and saying just because something hasn't happened to us yet doesn't mean it won't. uh Not saying all the time that it, has to be that way, but if you see lots of people always complaining for the same reasons about this individual, I don't trust them, I don't like that, they do this, they do that. If so much people are complaining about one person, it should, raise your awareness, your senses, like something should be going off, like something is not right with this person. If so many people have complaints about the same person, and a lot of times these are people who are unrelated, they're unrelated to whatever issues, they have nothing to do with each other, like in business, it could be on social media, it could be, in real life, they don't know each other, they don't deal with each other, but they're all complaining about the same thing. It's time that we pay attention to things like that. Pay attention. If somebody is complaining about something like that, you know, after a while, then the same thing happens to us, and we're like, man, I wish I would have listened. Or we'll go back and say to the person who tried to warn us, I know you tried to tell me, and I wish I would have listened. Because we suffer so much. We suffer from the pain in our heart, from trusting someone, from broken friendships, and especially if someone succeeds in stabbing you in the back, doing something like trying to get with your spouse, and maybe they succeed. Maybe they do get with your spouse, or they do get with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. People warn us about things all the time, but we don't want to believe them. We don't want to believe that it's true. We think it can never happen to me, right? Things like that don't happen to me because that's my best friend. That's my relative. That's my, my whoever they are to us, right? People believe us, and people try to tell us, but we don't want to believe them. And the same thing I could say, like in romantic relationships, people will try to warn us about them. We just don't know what it is, but it's something weird, it's something strange, or we don't like the way that they talk, we don't like the things that they do to us, they don't like the way that they treat you as a person in a relationship. And we really don't see things sometimes. I have to say that, being in a very toxic relationship previously, when we're in a relationship, we don't see how toxic the person that we're with is. We don't see it. And I think not because we don't want to see it, it's because I think I know for sure I did see certain things, but I just said it didn't matter because I love them. And that person that we're with that's very toxic, they will use those words, I love you, and I'm crazy about you, and all of these things to cover up the things that is inside of them that's toxic about them. They say they love you and they want certain things just so that you can continue to do things for them. Unfortunately, that's the thing about a toxic relationship. They will only love you while they can use you. They'll love you while they can manipulate you. They'll love you as long as you are that low vibrational person that they can use as a puppet to plot and to ploy and to use and to be a doormat, and you just keep taking things and you won't do anything about it. You won't leave them. You won't confront them. You you do nothing about it. You constantly allow them to mistreat you. And I have to say something. I have to speak up. I have to be the voice of the voiceless. I have to advocate for all of you in this chat family, every single one of you. You deserve better than that. Even if I only reach one person with this message, you deserve more than to just settle. Settle for someone who is disrespectful to you, someone who won't treat you right, someone who embarrasses you, someone who you always feel that you have to be the one doing everything for them and they do nothing for you. The one that you support, but you never get the support back. You got to pay attention to those things. And I can say when I was in that severely toxic relationship, I couldn't see that. I couldn't see it because I didn't want it to be true. I was warned. I definitely was warned by more than one person. Why do you love this person? Why do you like them? What is it that they do for you? And it wasn't anything that they do. Um, Being completely transparent, it's you just feel just being in that space in your life where you just settle because you're just happy to get some attention. You're just happy to get somebody to pay attention to you and spend time with you, or they mislead you and make you feel they make you feel some type of way, right? Yes, James. Love is blind. It really is. Oh, and it's such a harsh lesson that unfortunately many of us have to suffer for a long periods of time before you can get over the pain of someone um treating you in such a cold, a evil, a wicked way, treating you like trash. But like James said, love is blind. Yeah, and you got to learn to say, I'm not taking this no more. You definitely. That's true, James. But, I'll say this that there's a lot of things that we take when we don't know who we are, when we don't know that we deserve better. And it's a very terrible situation that the person that you are crazy about, the person that you actually love, you actually do love this person with your whole heart. But I've seen it many times. They don't care anything about you. They are just saying that so that you will continue to probably give them money, yeah, make them have a place to stay. Maybe they're just using you for your body, right? Hmm. Let's just keep it real. They're not around you because they care about you. They're with you because you're giving them something that they want. And once you stop giving them what they want, then they're not interested. Then they're going to stop coming around. They're going to stop paying attention to you. They're going to stop listening to you. And next thing, I'm telling you, when you cut off people or when you call them out and when you check them, when you find when they see that, their game isn't working, yeah, when they find out that their game has not worked, that they can't just do anything that they want to do to you, this is when it turns from love to hate. What's that song? A thin line between love and hate. It's true though. It's really true that it is a thin line between love and hate because mm, when you find out what people have done to you, no matter how much you care about somebody, no matter how much you love them, that pain and that hurt, it all fizzles. It all, vaporizes. It's like it never happens. And you turn into start hating this person. You start, you know, having this bitterness, this bad taste in your mouth, this disgust, this heartbreak, this ache, this I can't believe this has happened to me. I can't believe somebody that I know that I trusted could do something like this to me. We all feel like things that happen to other people, the things that we see on TV, that's far away from reality when that's somebody else's reality, and maybe at that moment it may not be yours, but maybe eventually it may be ours if we don't pay attention. And I hate that. I hate that the people that you put into a position that you trusted them, a friend, coworker, a relative. And I have to say, especially our relatives, you know, especially our relatives, right? The ones who you trust the most, hurt you the most. A lot of times it's our relatives. Boy, I can say this a million times, and it's never enough times for me to say it, but uh, the the ones that hurt us the most a lot of times is our relative. And when I was younger, before I knew myself, I always thought that family equals love, right? Not always. Maybe sometimes we could have people, that we're the families that we are born into, right? The people who are we are related to by blood really does have our best interest. They really do care about us. They really do love us. You're really blessed. You're really it's really wonderful. I'm really happy for those of you that have those sort of relationships. But let me just say this as a disclaimer. Some people don't. Some people have, some people, and we hear about all the time. We know about the crime stories. We know about the ones that will do some terrible things to their own relatives. That's their own blood. They would do anything um, just to do something to them, to cause them pain, because for some reason, only that person can know what it is. They just don't like them, right? For there's no reason a lot of times, and this could be somebody that you actually think is, oh, that's my cousin, that's my sister, that's my nephew. What about the ones who are, like I said earlier, jealous of their own children, jealous of their own brother or sister? Maybe because their abilities, maybe because of whatever it is, because they get the attention, maybe because they have more intelligence maybe than that person has, and that person will do everything and stab us in the back. Is unbelievable, the pain that our own relatives will do. It's unbelievable the things that somebody who has the same bloodline as us will do. They'll to what extent they'll go to harm us. They will do anything, and I've seen it happen many and many times again. People who are our relative, and they do the most horrendous things to us, to our family. Hmm. to the rest of our family, and they don't care. They only care about themselves. And I find it to be so sad that people are so evil. So I say this, chat family. I say this because it's hard. It's hard when your own relative will backstab you like that. It's hard. Not saying when other people hurt you, it doesn't hurt, but I don't know. It feels like it's even more painful when it's somebody that is your own bloodline. It's your own siblings, it's your own cousins, your own auntie, uncle, grandparents, parents that bring you that sort of pain, that you trusted them and they betrayed you. It's unbelievable the things that happen on a day-to-day basis. And I know that it happens every day. Some situations are worse than others. Like I said, I watch those crime shows all the time. And it's crazy how it could be a husband hurting their wife, or brothers or sisters, cousins, aunties, uncles, all doing something because of, most of the time, it's jealousy. It's jealousy. They're jealous of something they have or something they do. They want it, they can't do it, or they can't have it. Or maybe they're jealous of the relationship that you're in. Maybe they are single, you're married, you're in a relationship, right? Yeah, instead of them going and trying to find somebody for themselves, they become infatuated with your relationship, with the things that you do in your relationship, and they want to tell you what you should do. And I personally think that a lot of times they try to tell you what to do in your relationship so that you'll break up with them so that they could go and try and make an attempt to be in a relationship with that person. I never understand that. I always think that that's super strange and weird, when people, after somebody breaks up in a family, another person goes and tries to date them. I think that's super weird and super creepy. Mm. But it's the ones that you never would believe. And let me also say this, it's not always the relative, because everybody's grown. It takes two people to tango. No. Maybe if you have a cousin, sibling, whoever, trying to get with the person you're in a relationship with, that person should have enough strength and courage and self control to say, no, I'm with somebody. I'm with your cousin. I'm with your sister. I'm with your whoever. I'm with your friend. No, don't do that. Even say, I love them. But Hmm. Sometimes the temptation is strong. Sometimes it's maybe the person that you're with doesn't even really care about you. Um, they actually care about the other person that they're cheating on you with. So it's crazy because I hear of it many times. I've seen it in real life. You know, it's like in the healthcare field, it's like a, what do you call it? Like a soap opera, honestly. You'll have people who are sick, and while the mother or the sister or the cousin is sick, while they're sick, the boyfriend, the husband, the wife, whatever, is with your significant other. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I'm a firm believer that whatever happens in the dark always comes to the light. Whatever people do behind your back, it's always going to come out. It's just a matter of time. And the same thing about somebody who is untrustworthy. Um, you could tell people all day long how somebody is, how a person treats you, what they're dealing with, what they're going through, what they've done to you. But some people have to learn the hard way. No matter how much you try to protect people, and they may hear things, they don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe that their beloved friend, their beloved this person, because they've changed themselves. They've transformed themselves into this, wonderful, sweet person, this so knowledgeable person. And that person may not have a lot of knowledge. They take that knowledge from other people. That's not even them, you know? But people are so good at portraying themselves to be a certain way, and they know that they're not that way. That's not even them. And it's so sad that uh, our relatives sometimes are the ones that will do us dirty like that, stab us in the back. Our friends, somebody you trust, a workmate. And it especially hurts when it's the person that you love, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever they are to you, when that kind of trust is broken like that. Hmm. You think that they care about you, you think that they love you, and here they go. Never did. Or you find out later on they were cheating on you. They were talking about you behind your back. They've been cheating. They've been cheating, either emotional cheating or having an affair with somebody else. It's unbelievable. The people that you trust the most can hurt you the most. That's why, like I said from the beginning, it's so important, even in a relationship, to not tell too much, not tell your personal things. Like, you should never tell anybody your bank account number. You should never tell anybody your PIN codes. Certain things is a no-no. And that's one of the things that, like, when I come on my platform and I say certain things, I like to spread the awareness, and we think, oh, that's silly or that's stupid. Everybody should know that, but it's not true. Because if everybody knew this, there wouldn't be so many cases of catfishing and scams, and all of these things that happen on these news crime shows. Is happening every day. You guys, be aware of all of it. I hate to throw that out there, that people who you trust the most hurt you the most, but it's true. The people who you think are your ride or dies, your closest allies, be careful. Make sure you open up your eyes. Now, I'm not saying, oh, yeah, everybody around you is going to be somebody who will stab you in the back. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that while you are around people, pay attention and see, are they really who they say they are? Pay attention to all of those things. How do they act around you? Is it the same? or or do you see something inconsistent? You see something that is very different or very strange or very weird from how they normally act. They have multiple personalities. We have to see these things. We're the ones that have to be in control of our life, because there's nobody that knows your business better than you. Okay. Hey, Liz, how are you doing? Welcome. There is nobody who knows your business more than you. Nobody. There ain't nobody who knows your business more than you. There's nobody who can tell you what you want and what you need more than you. You got to know your own boundaries, right? Hey, always Tam Tam, how are you doing? Welcome. You got to know your own boundaries. You got to know what works for you and your family, right? And I hate when people try to tell you how to handle your own personal business, like where you want to live, what you want to eat, about your romantic relationship. People need to stay in their own lane and mind their own business. It's always the ones who try to give you advice about your life, that their life is messed up, that they don't even have a relationship, right? Hey, Sirius, how are you doing? Welcome. Don't y'all see that? I see that on a regular basis. They're always they're always trying to tell you about your business. They're always trying to tell you about how your life should be. And they don't have none. They don't got their stuff together. They're trying to tell you about your household, but at least you have somewhere to live. They could be living outdoors, or their money could be messed up. They could be bankrupt, but they're trying to give you financial advice, trying to tell you what you're doing with your money, and what kind of job you should have, and how you should take care of your children, and this and that, and what you should eat. And they're not over here providing for you. They're not working, giving you advice on working, and they don't even have a job themselves. I'm like, that don't make no sense. But people love to give advice for things that they know nothing about. They don't know they don't know nothing about your household. They don't know nothing about your past. They don't know nothing about you and what you are doing behind the scenes. See, we don't tell everybody all our business, right? You know, especially on this app of YouTube. You try to be cordial with people. You try your best to you know, greet people and do the right thing, but some people, mm-mm. It's some people I can't deal with. I really can't. I think some people, even though they're grown according to the laws, you could be over 18, but you still act like a toddler. You're still very immature. You're very much acting like a 2-year old. I even think there are some 2 or 3-year olds that are more mature than some of these people on this app. There are some people who are more mature, like little toddlers in preschool. In our area, we call it Head Start, for the 2 and 3-year olds. I've seen some 2 or 3-year olds that are very mature, and they will have very mature conversations and communicate what they want and what they need. Very intelligent, young little kiddos. And I'm proud of whoever their parents are for teaching them about communication. But some of these people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even their 70s, still around trying to stab people in the back, trying to spread other people's business. They still have not grown up yet. And I'm like, what is going on? When are people going to grow up? I guess some people never will, right? And I find that to be very unfortunate for people to go through their whole life and be so, mm, mm. Right, Liz? It don't work that way. As always, some people are shady. Always, Liz. Always gonna be shady people. Always gonna be shady people. Yep. Yes, James. Yeah, it is a good program, but like that program of Head Start that I've seen, it's some toddlers, it's some 2-year olds that will really have some good conversation with you. Um, One of my relatives used to work at a Head Start program, and I used to hear the conversations of these younger children, and they had better communication skills than some people on this app. They know how to say what I like, and I don't want to talk to you, and I don't like you, and they stand behind it and they mean it. But people on this app, they will be like, "Oh no, I don't like them." And then as soon as people come around, those same people they've been talking about, "Oh, hi." Just fake and phony. Oh my God, I can't stand it, y'all. I really can't. Please, like I always say, you're not doing me any wrong. If you don't like me, then don't come around. Don't come around. I prefer a person who knows how to be real. And I'm the same way. I don't go around people if I really don't genuinely like you. I have to genuinely like people until they've proven otherwise. Now when you show when you show me it's something shady or weird or strange about you, you're just out there some type of way, or I can't trust you, then that's done. But mm, I put my son in Head Start years ago, and when he was there, my mom started working there. Oh, that's awesome, James. Yeah, but it's very hurtful, everybody. It's very hurtful when you have people who think that they know your business more than you. It absolutely kills me. People who want to tell you how you should run your own YouTube channel. And for me, I'm a person, I'm rocking 5 channels right now. All 5 of my channels. I'm rocking all 5 of them. And I get some backlash. And I've thought about making a T channel to talk about the comments that people leave. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me. I don't go on nobody's channel and tell them how to run theirs. Why do you have a problem that I have 5 channels? Why? It must be jealousy. It must be. It must be. Hey, Miss Tamika, how are you doing? Welcome. But like I always say all the time, the people that you trust the most hurt you the most. And it can be the people who are right in front of our face, our relatives, you know? And I hate to say that, not to throw anybody under the bus or anything, but people say all the time that, you know, family is everything. And yes, family is important, but I have to redefine that that term of family. Family is not always the people by blood. Family are the people who have chosen to love you and support you regardless of if you have the same bloodline. Let me say this, that I've had people who have loved, cared, and supported me way better, way deeper than any of my relatives. And I have to tell the truth on that one. Sometimes the people who support us the most, it's not a blood relative. It's not. I've had people here on this app that have shown me so much um, positivity, so much encouragement, so much support, and asked me if my own blood relative is even a part of even one of my channels. No, they're not. And I don't look for it. I learned a long time ago that you have to stop expecting people to uh, respect you if they don't respect themselves. And that's what it is. A lot of times, the people that we care about and we trust the most, they don't trust themselves. You know, they don't trust themselves. And I think that that's so sad. I think it's so sad that people that we trust these people with our hearts. We trust them with, to do the right thing, to do right by us, right? We trust them. We trust them. And I get it. A lot of times we shouldn't. We shouldn't trust certain individuals because of their track record. Some people, their track record is trash. you know, I don't know why it is that, when we get in relationships, sometimes we'll discard. If a person has a long record of, doing all of these things before they were with you, don't think that now that they're with you, that they're going to all of a sudden start doing right because they met you. It don't work that way. Mm. These people on this free Red app can't be trusted. I've heard some people on here talk about how they confined. Uh, yeah, confine. I know what you mean. A serious. They confine. I think you mean confided. confided in them, and even started a relationship with some, and they told them their business, and the next thing they hear it back right. I already know the end of that. That's happened to me one a time, one many a time, and I can say that as no shots to any of the ladies who are here in this chat today, but I've had some people in real life that I've trusted with some personal and private business, and when the friendship didn't work out, they threw me under the bus, started telling other people personal and private business about me. Mm-mm. And I learned that. I learned on this app to stop, you know, be careful about telling your personal business on this app to certain individuals. The things that I say on my channel, I have no problem I have no problem what you call it. I have no problem if people talk about that, because I talk about the things on here to spread awareness and all of those things, but yeah. Hi, empty child. How are you doing? Yes, serious. I know what you meant. Hey, puzzle pieces. Welcome. Yeah, I just don't understand it. The ones that, you trust, right? The ones you give your friendship to, the ones you're in a relationship with, your very own relative, right? You trust them, right? You trust them, and they hurt you. They throw you under the bus. They stab you in the back. They betray your trust. They tell your personal business, right? Tell your personal business to other people, or they go on their social media platform and start ranting and raving about you, and you've done nothing but help the person. You've been do nothing but be supportive of them. It's just unbelievable. I personally think this is not anybody here in the chat, but there are some people, they're just not well mentally. I believe 100% that mental illness is real. 100% mental illness is real. It really is. Some people are just not right mentally. That's why I say all the time over here, take control of your mental health. There are people that come into our life a lot of times, and they're not well. They are not well. They're messed up in the head. They really are. Stay away from them. When these people are acting crazy, they come at you with something. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them, and believe them the first time. Okay? When they show you that they can't be trusted, believe that. Don't try to go back or listen to their excuses about why it is that they did what they did, and they're sorry about it, right? People are always sorry about things after, right? They're always sorry after, but they're never sorry when they did it, right? They're never sorry enough to not have this manipulative using behaviors, right? Hmm. But they do it anyways. Yeah. I'm gonna put the link in here for Miss Nexie if she has something she wants to say before I get out of here. But I think that is important for us to talk about this. It's important to spread the awareness that don't let yourself be so gullible. Don't, especially, in dating, getting to know people, even people here on this app. Not everybody is who they say they are. Listen, people who come on here and they're characters, right? their characters on here on different social media platforms, they're nothing like what they say they are, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing. They're nothing like they say they are. But we don't pay attention to it. We don't listen. We want to follow through, especially those who want to be in a relationship. They're lonely. They listen to the lies. And these people, will play you like a fiddle, right? They will move those puppet strings and say certain things and get you to fall right in line what they want. They sure will. People will use you as long as you let them use you. So don't let them. Don't let them, and don't listen to them. Don't let other people try to get in your head and make you go aside from what you are. You know who you are. You know what you can do, and you know what you deserve. So when people come around and they're very rude, disrespectful, call you out your name, don't respect you, treat you in an inferior manner, stab you in your back, break your trust, leave them alone. Leave them alone. You don't have to go back. You don't have to explain why you make the decisions you make. You don't. You don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. You really don't. Puzzle Pieces says, serious, I've seen intimate details and photos to display to the world after a breakup here on YouTube, and it's sad and horrifying to think that could have been you. Oh, oh man, I've heard somebody say something and they'll say, like, even when you're in a relationship, be careful. What do they call that? Sexting, like sending sexy pictures through your phone. Guys, be careful of that when you're in a relationship with somebody. Be careful. Next thing, that could be on somebody's social media sites. I've even seen on eBay somebody was selling pictures of their ex. They were selling pictures of their ex because that's how petty they were when they broke up. You never know what people will do. You never know people's maturity level until things go opposite from what they want. Hmm. Yeah, empty child selling photos of their ex to other people. Those sexy pictures that you're sending, huh, it could be pinned up on somebody's calendar. You don't know. I'm telling y'all, be careful. Don't be sending them hot girl or hot boy pictures with your pose on. Careful. Be careful. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I see Miss Nexie here back here. So let's welcome her to the podcast.
Miss Marlene, I didn't know you were live. I didn't get the notice.
I okay. Okay.
Yeah, you know how it lets you know you're live? I
Oh,
didn't
you
know
didn't get
you
the
was live.
notification. Oh,
No, I didn't get the notification. It's
that's
weird.
okay. Yeah, yeah, Miss Nexie. So what do you think about that? People selling pictures of their ex in their intimates.
Well, it's sad that they go down to to that level, but it shows you uh, their um, their maturity level is the same time. Unfortunately, you cannot retrieve them. You cannot take back what you do to others, which is why it's important not to go there with someone.
Mhm.
But I've seen even on, you know how some groups they form groups and they're rocking it together and they're doing good and something happens in the group and they dismantle, right, the YouTube group.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Did your mic go out, puzzle pieces?
Or whoever takes it personal
Okay.
thinks about the person that left. And that is sad. You're not obligated to stay anywhere that you don't want to be. You know what I mean? It's your content, it's your channel. You can do whatever you want with it. So, but I've seen, people take it to a level of depravity that, it shouldn't be allowed. And I'm sure you can take legal action somehow, I'm sure. But, once those pictures are exposed, then once your name is thrown out there, it's hard to take back or prove who you are after things like that happen.
Yes, puzzle pieces. I've actually seen on social media where people have taken a picture, like the head of a person, and put that person on an animal here on this app of YouTube.
Put it on somebody else?
Yeah, no, take the head of the person and put it on an animal's body.
Oh my God. You know, I'm not saying that's okay to do. No, that's horrible. People shouldn't, like I said, they shouldn't go there. Don't take it too far because, it can happen to you. It can happen to someone you love, your kids or whoever. So we have to be careful on what we put out there. But it's worse when it's this person's intimate photos. A photo they had somewhere and this person retrieved it, and or it's this picture that you were gonna go somewhere and you showed the little skimpy lingerie or outfit to this person on a photo. What do you think about this? And then this person uses that to post it on the internet, I mean on YouTube. Things like that. And that's sad because this person trusted you.
Yeah,
But
that's the sad part, Nexie. When you trust somebody and you would think like somebody you're really close to, you're cool with, and then they do something like that.
yeah, it messes with you very,
Hmm.
very much. I think that it makes you not trust anyone.
Mm.
And we don't know, we shouldn't play with things like that because, we got to think about the other person receiving all this harassment, their mental health, how we're going to affect them and their family.
Hmm. And then I always say, you know what I say, Nexie? You never know something simple like this because some people, social media is everything to them. And something like this, a person who's not too, right mentally, or they're going through something, you could be the person to cause a person to unalive themselves.
Exactly. Exactly. And which is why it's important to, you know, when even on Facebook, I've never been one to post any, revealing photos of me or anyone in my family. I'm very guarded when it comes to that. But on any other platform, you have to be very careful because they can take it and say that you send it to them, because I've heard that before too. And then they find out that it wasn't true, but by this time that they have found everything out, it's been months and months of harassment from everywhere.
Wow. Hmm. It's so much craziness. I can understand the reason why a lot of people want to stay away from social media. They just say they just don't want to deal with that. But mm, I know, I understand. And then, being a content creator, then you get the harassment, content creator to content creator. And I feel like that's a crazy thing to get harassed by another content creator when I don't get it. It's like what it should be, to supporting each other. I'm a content creator, you're a content creator, but no, there's that going at each other or talking about the other person because they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. If especially the ones that started together, they feel like, oh, we started at the same time, and look, now you have this. and I don't have that, and you know, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, and the thing is, everybody, and that's what I'm saying about, the groups is like-minded people sometimes can work together, right? And it's a beautiful thing to see because these groups get really large and they're working with each other, complementing each other when it comes to content and stuff. But some groups, one person has good content, the other one has okay content, so whoever makes it faster gets more views, or more followers. They start getting jealous of that person. And then I'm thinking, okay, you guys make the group, and there was no, you're not gonna limit who follows this person. It's up to the liking of whoever is watching these videos. It has nothing to do with she's stealing or she's promoting more. It has nothing to do. People are gonna follow what they like, and if your content is something that people don't like, then it has nothing to do with the person you started with. But I've seen them fight over things like that, and I'm thinking like, wow, that's so petty.
Yeah, and super strange.
Very, very strange, because it has nothing to do. It's the same group, right? You know what I mean? You guys all started together. Everybody's gonna do their own thing. So how is that person to control who follows her or not, or
No,
he?
no, Nexi, but you know what I find the ultimate thing about that is that people, they don't care if it was them. They're fine because they're the ones that made it, right? But let it be somebody make it before them, and then it's not okay. But if they get the success, it's all right.
It's jealousy.
Mm-hmm. And
They're envious.
what I don't like, Nexi, is, I know that, I have this thing about not leaving people behind, people who have been supportive of me, you know, taking them along. But some people you can't take along where you're going, unfortunately, because they're not, consistent. They're going in another direction. So even if you want to take them, upward, but they're not willing to do the things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And sometimes, and this is the thing though, like, and this is why it's important to to pick, like I said, people that are like-minded, because if this person thinks like you, they gonna know that some people are gonna go faster than others because it's different contents that are being promoted. They're gonna grow faster than you, maybe, or maybe it's you who's gonna grow. But I think that the point here is doing, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I feel that everybody should do their own thing. Even though we're in a
Right.
group, you can send them, oh, so and so has this particular, type of topic. You can put their links, and whoever follows them, right?
Hmm.
But you cannot be dragging people around because you're a content creator. You have to concentrate on your own. And a group that is like-minded will respect that, and we'll cheer you on for that, because that's the whole point, is to promote each other on each other's platforms.
Yeah, Nexi, that's how it's really supposed to go here on this app. Like, we're close and stuff, and I'll be like, hey, guys, Nexi has this. Or you're saying, oh, Marlene has this. That's how it's supposed to be, like a back and forth. But I don't see that much on this app. It's always just one person, they're after themselves. It's me, me, me. I have this, I have this, I have this. They never will say anything, nice about other content creators, especially somebody who's in their same genre of what they do. Like, hey, you guys, this person or that person, like, and like I was saying earlier in another live, give people their kudos,
Mm-hmm.
give people their accolades and say, this person is good at that. I heard this in this person's live. You guys should go over support. I'm going to put the link in here. But people don't do that because they don't want the support to go to anyone but them.
Yeah, and it's it's so strange that that happens. Like earlier today, I was in another content creator that you know, I like his content very much, and I'm in his, you know, he has about 70,000 followers, or probably more. He's pretty big. And whenever he sees, you know, content like his, people that are doing, you know, either inspirational or the same content that he's doing, he's not inspirational, he does something else. But, you know, when they're doing the same thing and they're barely coming up, he promotes them. You know, go to this guy, he's really really good on what he does. Or go to this, you know, girl, she's starting, I mean, she only has like 600 followers, so let's help her get him up there so that we can get, you know, all these cases out and about so people can get to know what's going on. And when I see people like that that are, you know, that have 150,000 followers, you know, sometimes I don't see that, but it's rare. I see it a lot on them too. And I'm surprised because they're already out there. They already made it, right? They have so many followers, but they're still thinking about somebody else that they can help. And that's the whole point, you know. It's that no matter how big you get, you have to remember where you started
Hmm.
and continue
No,
on with that.
no, and next thing, and that's the whole point. That a lot of people they forget the people who started with them. You know, and like
Hmm.
what would they say? Like some people, they get their 1K or they get monetized, and their head gets like a balloon.
They forget about you. Yeah, no, you
Hmm.
know, and again, you know, I've seen several groups and I've, you know, belonged to a couple of them. But the one thing that I noticed is if they, once they get past that threshold of a certain amount and now you're monetized, and they have reached, you know, their goal right then and there, they start pushing everybody aside, and now they want to be just, you know, they just want to concentrate on them and
Mm.
not think about, you know, the rest of the people that help you get there. And
Mm.
that's what happens a lot of times. You get there and everything, that doesn't mean you're going to stay there.
Hmm. Because if people stop liking your content, they'll unsubscribe, and when once you know the honest truth about YouTube, if you go under that threshold, under that 1K, you're gonna lose your monetization.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Like I said, I'm not a content creator, so I really don't follow, but I've heard that before, that you lose the monetization if you don't make certain, you know, videos or certain views, or if you go below the
Hmm.
1K. But you know, again, and I've seen like I follow this other group that has about, right now I think they have about 140, and it's taken them a very long time to get there, and it's a good channel, you know. And I've seen people donate to them so much, you know, super chats everywhere. And I'm thinking, like, they don't ask for anything, but all the information they bring, they do a lot of research for it, and they go, you know, out of their way to make sure that everything they're bringing to you is correct, you know, point. And if people are always helping them because again, they're following the news, right? And they have these other groups and they're all doing the same thing, and they're big groups, and they're helping each other. And I'm thinking, like, you know, maybe there should be more of that and more people will be up there.
Yeah, it sure would. I honestly think that, people would, like, especially on this app, people would do so much better if it was more supportive, you know?
Hmm.
Like, okay, like when I'm live, and I would say, okay, and after me it's going to be this person, and when they're live they would say, did you just get the live from this person? if you didn't, make sure you go back and watch the replay. Like, everybody should always be constantly talking about one another, but on this app, you really don't hear that a lot.
Well, I guess certain groups you don't, because I have seen that done, and I think I brought you to one of
Yeah.
those people that one does it at certain time, and then everybody, as soon as this one finishes, everybody follows the next one. And they
Mhm.
do it like that on purpose. And it's not that this person is controlling because it's going earlier or you're going later, and why can I do that? It could be the opposite, the other way around. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is that they have the respect of, you go at 3, I go at 5, so
Right.
that way we don't interlap, and then everybody comes, and that's how they go around the circle. And that's nice because everybody catches on their live,
Mhm.
and they're getting their likes, and they're getting all these people to follow them, and they get new people all the time.
Yeah, I feel like, man, that would be so good. I gotta highlight some of these comments from the chat here. Empty Child says, I know I actually know this dude whose job it is to sort out people who expose their what pics, famous people and celebrities. Wow,
Oh my
that's
God.
crazy. That's crazy. And
Just gotta be
Sirius
careful.
says, my circle is small. I don't entertain nor do I conduct myself in a negative light. I don't do the manufactured drama. I'm a positive person and I like a positive outlook.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's right, serious. Oh,
Exactly, serious.
and she says, and they have their picks. Some content creators don't want to see others get. I think she's saying be uplifted. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
think she's saying. They tell their mods not to drop links in the chat. Utterly ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous to not be supportive of
Oh yeah. I've heard that before, Marty, where
Mhm,
they tell their mods not to drop
mhm,
the links and stuff. And I was in someone's recent channel, and they don't allow, and I not anymore. I don't follow this person anymore, but um, he wouldn't allow anybody to drop any links. All of the mods, no links whatsoever. Just his channel. That's it. And he's got a lot of followers,
mhm.
but
I
he
don't
doesn't
know.
promote anybody else. And then a lot of people follow him, but they don't. They don't. I haven't seen them. Like I see people follow, right? Here I'm
Mhm.
getting a lot of them, but I think only once, and I think it was someone that helped them promote the channel, something like that, and that was the only person, and only one mod was able to do that. Just the one person, and nobody else can drop anything. And he doesn't even say, go follow so and so, or you should check out this person. Nothing. Nothing. It's all
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah, when people are like that, it's only a matter of time before it's gonna come out, you know? You know what
Hmm.
I mean? It doesn't take long for it to come out. It really doesn't. People will figure it out.
Yeah, eventually they do. And a lot of the original people that started with this person, they're pretty much gone because, there was um a lot of pressure on the mods not to let any negative comments come across, or questions, or things like that this person didn't like. So um it was kind of weird because it's a topic, right? We're going to have good comments and bad comments, as long as they're not disrespectful. There'll be questions too, right? Like, I wonder why this person did that, or, why not follow this other path? But it was just all about, the positivity of the information that this person was bringing up. There was nothing else to be discussed. So, and there was a lot of pressure on the mods. This person will get upset if they didn't block someone, or if they didn't get that comment out, or so. a lot of the original people left because eventually they figure it out. It's like, this person is selfish. We're helping, and it's free, and it's nice when people give you, wrenches, because they trust you like that. It's really nice, but do not take advantage of them.
Yeah, I think that's crazy to me. And my opinion is that's super strange that mm, that people do things like that. Super strange.
It is. It is. And then sometimes even in groups I've seen where, where everybody it's like a large group, and then if one person gets mad, if this person gets mad at you, then everybody else cannot go to your lives because they're mad at you too, or they vote behind your back to get you out of the group. And I'm like, why? What's the deal here? We're not in middle school.
That's not even middle school. To me, that's like preschool. Yeah.
That before they reached this level of success, they were down at the bottom like everybody else, and that there were people helping them,
Hmm.
because you cannot do this by yourself. It's hard.
Yeah, you can.
You
It takes a lot of hard work to be able to get to certain levels of success. And I always say that people forget. They really do. People forget what it was like when they were grinding. Is like when people are trying to get to certain goals on their channel and certain things, and people forget. Remember when you were grinding and trying to get that? They don't try to give back.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they forget again who helped them get to this point, because sometimes you have a certain idea, and this person will tell you, you know what, it's nice, but no, yeah, I don't feel that will be something that will create a lot. What if you do it this other way? So you always had those others helping you, but then once you make it and surpass whoever was with you before, you just completely forget about the rest.
Mhm.
And
That's
it's okay,
crazy.
but people get figured out. At one point they get to where a lot of people are saying, I don't want the wrench anymore, like, you can keep it. Or I cannot mod for you anymore because I'm busy. Or
Or they just don't come back.
or they just don't come back. Exactly. And sometimes you just have to let it happen, because people get figured out every day. That's the whole point. It's
Yep.
like you cannot hide who you are forever. Eventually, people will see through you.
It will. Whatever people do, it always comes out.
hmm
Yeah.
It always does, and it's sad because it would be nice if there was, a group of a large group of people working together, lifting each other up, picking each other up when somebody else is low, and see, promoting and doing all these things. But once they get super super big, they forget, they don't care anymore, because they already got everything they wanted from the group, and now they want to do their own thing.
Yep, it's true. Sirius says one channel holder that I frequent told his mods that if you're not in the chat two consecutive two consecutive weeks, your wrench will be gone.
Wow.
I was
I
like,
think.
they would. I would tell them they could take mine away because anything can happen. Life happens. People
Hmm
have jobs. They have kids. They have
yeah,
whatever.
they have life happening
Hmm.
every day.
Wow. I'm just like, wow, that's
Some.
unbelievable serious. I know that it happens, but that's so strange. That's so
It is.
strange.
It is. And
So,
I've seen, I think I think we were talking a while back about people who sell them, right? You have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I actually went in somebody's live one day, and I don't remember who that person was because of course I unsubscribed because I don't like those type of things. But they said they're only going to highlight the comments of people who are spending super chats.
Yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me too. Where I went somewhere and they said he was not going to read anyone's regular, only if it was a super chat.
Yeah.
And
So
then
everybody, if you're just a regular subscriber, nope. Mm-mm. No support there. I was like,
no, he won't read your comments.
Mm-mm. I was like, Or he would read a channel member, but he's not going to read just a regular subscriber comment.
Hmm. That was weird to me. But also, that they sell you the wrenches. It's like, why would you sell them? Like, why would you buy it? It's not
Oh
even
yeah,
your
there are some
channel.
people they buy, and I actually have. I've been at a channel, of course, in the bushes, and they've said people have paid money and say, do not bring certain people. We'll pay you if you block this person from your channel. We'll pay
Oh,
you.
wow.
We'll pay you.
That is terrible.
I was like, that's. I said, people are wild. Oh, okay, serious. I didn't think you were saying that. Yeah, but I don't understand it. I really don't. It make no sense.
It doesn't. And it's hard to get to 20 subscribers, 50 subscribers, 100. It's hard work.
Very.
And if you do it the right way, it takes a very long time, to get there. So we shouldn't forget
Oh, I think your mic went out.
and see if we can for somebody else that's been supporting us the whole time.
Mhm.
We have to always think like that. I mean, I feel that we should always think like that. We should always try to help each other on
Yeah.
that. But I've seen some crazy things happening, and I'm like, that is so weird.
Yeah, because people are weird. Let's just say it like that, Nexie. Some people are just weird.
No, I was thinking more of the situations are, but if you want to say it that way, then
Yeah,
yes,
the
I guess we can.
situations and the people are weird. Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now. No, but it's true though. You see, like that day, I was so surprised because I've been following this person like for a little bit, and I really liked it. But when that came about, that nobody's cash apping me or anything like that. So if you guys want to know about this, if you want me to read a comment about this topic that I'm talking about, whatever, you have to do it in a super chat. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, if you don't leave me a super chat or a cash app, I'm not reading the comment.
Yeah, that was wild for me. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, it's done. I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't tell people where to send their money.
Yeah, you don't even know if this person has it. That's the whole point. It comes out of their heart to give you, this cash app or whatever it is that they amount that they're giving you. But
Oh,
to make it a mandatory thing is like, wow.
look at this, Nexie. But Sarah says, "Oh, I've seen that, Marlene. If you pay between 50 and up to drop a person off the panel and or chat."
Wow. That
Yeah.
is something else.
Wow.
It goes
Yeah.
that deep, huh?
Yeah, like if they have beef with somebody, I guess you just say, I don't like this person, and you say, or that would be like, I'd be like, remove Nexie.
I'll
Not
change my
really,
name.
Nexie. Not
I'll
really.
change my name and come back. How dare you block me? Why not just tell this person I don't want you here? Go.
Yeah, like I was like, how terrible is that? They have money like that to just be like, oh yeah, get rid of this person. And to me, that sounds like a person I would never want to be around. If you are going to take money, that's like a bribe to
Mm-hmm.
to treat somebody else like that who is coming to support you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Remove them from
it's
the chat. No.
it's weird. It's weird because they made a
Hmm.
comment you didn't like or because they didn't stay on topic. I've heard that one before too,
Hmm. Or
you know.
they personally don't like them.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's so weird, but they don't have the guts to tell you, I don't like you, don't come here anymore or whatever. I don't know why. It's so easy to
Hmm.
say it,
Hmm.
especially through a screen, right?
Yeah, I am, and most of the time, on this app of YouTube, you're not even in front of the camera; they're behind an avatar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's easier
Hmm. Oh
because
yeah, like
you're
me
not next to
behind
each
this
other.
avatar, it's so easy for me to do things, but it's harder when I'm on camera to do it. But I'll still do it.
No, or when you're, next to that person, you're not gonna tell I don't want to say you anymore. That's hard. But behind, an avatar behind a screen, you don't have to. Just, you can be honest and say, you know what, I really don't like your comments, so I don't appreciate you coming here anymore. It's okay. I think it's better than for you to be
Mhm.
playing games like you're still in junior high.
Yeah, for me, it's a person like I don't think I would tell somebody not to come. I would just say, "Can you please respect those who are in the chat and myself as the host?" It's
Hmm.
that simple. If you can't respect me and you can't respect the other chatters, then you can go. Mm.
Yeah, some people, as previously said by Sirius, sometimes they have very like their mouth, they're very disrespectful. But if you ask them, like, please don't do that. You know, I don't like when things are done that way. I'm pretty sure they will understand.
Yeah, of
And
course they
not
will.
try to go against you or anything like that. And if they don't like it because you said that and they cannot respect it, then they can just unsubscribe.
Hmm.
But it's better to be honest with someone, especially if what they're doing, is triggering or it bothers you somehow. It's your channel. You have the right to say that, to them, but maybe not the right to disrespect them in the process. But you do have the right to say whatever.
Yeah, I have people telling me, who am I to motivate people? One person. They were very upset. What
Mm.
gives you the right to motivate other people? I was like,
Freedom of speech. Did you
I
say?
was like, number one, it's my platform,
This freedom,
my
the freedom,
channel.
the Freedom of Speech
That's the
Act
reason.
allow me to do this before.
I was like, these people on this app are so weird.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Hmm.
It's
The things
very
you
interesting.
learn as a content creator, I'm telling you, I've never seen people like that.
When I hear things like this and some other channels that I go and I hear certain things, I'm like, I'm so happy I'm not a content creator
Hmm.
because it's
What you
hard
trying to
sometimes.
say, Nexie?
I don't have the time or
Mm.
the patience or anything like that to deal with things like that. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
So you say now until you become one, and then I'm gonna say,
Do you remember when you said, let me play you the video, let me
"Oh
play
no,
you
I'm
the
taking a
audio, let me play you the
screenshot.
audio?
I just took a screenshot." Okay, it was January 23rd.
Let me play you
You
that audio
said.
part. Let me, and remember I said this. Let me play that too.
Yep.
No, it's hard enough to do something that, come up with the topics and your content. You're working hard to do this, and then for people to criticize or ask you why, it's ridiculous. Like, why do you care?
Yeah.
If you don't like what I'm saying, if you just, the simple thing is leave. You don't have to
Mhm.
stay, right? You don't have to stick around. I'm
Mhm.
not asking you to stay. You're not paying me, to
Mhm.
speak. If you don't like it, just go. But a lot of people, I think that they're probably in their feelings,
Mhm.
and that's probably why they're doing
No,
certain things.
and some people they want to bully you on your channel to for you to do what they want you to do.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I've seen that
Controlling.
too.
I was like, controlling much? Jeez. Um,
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. My dad
yeah,
tried for years. My mom
it'll
tried
never
for
work.
years. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, I was like, you might as well just take a break because Nexie is not changing.
I always tell people, whenever they're like trying to push the buttons, I say, you know what? I'm the last of six and the most stubborn person in this world. I can be stubborn. I can wait. I can hold my breath for a long time too when to get my
Yeah.
way.
No, and Nexie, we can say too, we're both last children.
Yeah, we're the babies of the family.
I
Last
can
of
hold my.
six.
I was like, oh, you only need me to hold my breath 12 hours. Okay, I'm good. I can do that.
I like, I'm tough. I ran away from home at 6. I mean, I came right
Hmm.
back, but that's not the point.
Yeah, I walked all the way to the end of the street, and when I figured it out that there was no meal, I was like, I don't have no money. I turned around and came back. I was like, yeah, home
No,
has
my
food.
my
Yeah, I'm
auntie
going
gave me
home.
a place to stay. She's like, it's okay. I don't want you to live on the streets by yourself. But I had everything I needed. My piggy bank, a few toys in there and stuff like that in my little backpack. I was ready
Yeah, you, uh, you were more prepared than me. I think. I
to,
think all that.
but I thought it was a country. So my once my auntie put me to work the next morning, waking me up at like 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning. Oh yeah, we gotta broom. We gotta do the dishes. We gotta do them. Like, no, at home I don't have to do anything. So maybe I should go back home.
Mm, my whole thing is, at least you were prepared. I think I put, I think I packed more outfits for my Barbies than I packed for myself. My dad was like, "You got some clothes in there?" I was like, my Barbie has outfits." He was like, "Oh, okay."
The mind of a
Yeah.
6-year-old.
Hmm. You had to
It
run. I was prepared. I was like, my Barbie is ready. I was like, she got the safari outfit. She has everything she needs. Not me. I don't need nothing. You remember how like I listened to my parents too much. I was like, God's gonna take care of me. My mom just started laughing. I was like, oh, okay.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah, I came right back.
Again, sometimes we behave. If we could behave better, I think we will be more powerful sometimes in groups here. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Not take everything so serious
Yep.
and help each other out, push each other out
Yep.
with whatever
Exactly.
it is that we're doing. I know it's hard, but look, right now we just had a laugh. We
We
both
sure
ran
did.
away.
Both ran away. I think
Yeah.
yours was at 6.
Hmm.
Mine was no. I was older than you, Nexie. I was 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. But
I
your
was
Barbie was
8.
in style.
Yeah, but my Barbie had the African. Like she was gonna go to the safari. We were going to Africa. We were going everywhere with her outfits. I wasn't thinking about me.
No, no,
She was
no. It
prepared, man. She was prepared for
Yeah, and
anything.
I had my piggy bank. That's the first thing I put in there. I think I had like $3 in,
Oh, you
but I
were
was
doing better than me. I had
it was
no
gonna
money.
last me for a long time though because I was gonna go to another country. You know?
Oh, you were going to another country with $4?
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna take a bus, and that was gonna take me to another country, which was the next town over. And my dad is like, I remember him just smiling. I was like, why is he so smiley?
Hmm.
I'm running away. Why is he so happy?
Yeah.
And
That's what I
then,
told my dad. I said I was gonna take my bus. I was gonna take a bus all the way to Georgia. And my dad was like, "Oh, you're taking a bus to Georgia?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like,
did you even
"Okay."
know what that means?
I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, and then when I got up to the end of the street, I was like, "Wait a minute. To get on the bus, it costs money." I was like, "You don't got no money." I turned around and went right back home.
Yeah, no, I was rich in those days, Marlene. I'm sorry you were
Nope,
a
nope, I
poor little
was not.
peasant, but I was rich. Oh no, 350. I remember now because I
Hmm.
had like a dollars and I had like some quarters and stuff. So I was rich.
You were rich.
I was gonna
My
take over
brother,
the world, the next world.
my brother was like, "Oh man, you're back." He was like, he already started planning for my room.
That's messed up.
I was like,
Oh, bro,
"No,
siblings. Ah, we
yeah,
love
you
them.
know, you gotta love siblings." Yeah, that's how it was. But anyways, we've had lots of fun over here. I'm gonna bring this to an end, but I just wanted to come over here and talk about this a little bit. People that you trust, right? They hurt you the most. So be careful who you trust, and your siblings, your friends, people here on social media. Be careful who you trust. The people who you
Yes.
think you can trust, they're the same ones that will stab you in the back.
Hmm.
Hmm. Be
Just be
careful. Just
careful.
a warning to everybody. So thank you so much, Miss Nexie. Thank you, chat.
Thank you,
Appreciate everybody's
everybody, for
support.
coming back. And thank you for having me, Marlene. And just
Mhm.
trust your instinct, trust your
Mhm.
gut. If it's telling you, maybe you shouldn't trust this person so much, listen to that and go with that.
Mhm. Thank you, Miss Nexie.
Have a good
See you.
night, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye.